Is good, brothers, sisters. We're gonna be doing the eyes today. I'm gonna try and simplify it for you, give you the basics to start up. So I'm just gonna draw a quick roof, try and indicate the plane for where the eyes go in. Basically, I'm gonna sketch out a quick score, show you what I'm talking about. So if you take note of how the skull is, shaped up, you can see it has a little bend in the socket to make it look like a ridge. You see that, like an inward slope. You get the idea. From the side view, it's gonna look like this. You can see the eyes, and there it's like a bowl. We're gonna get into details, and let's start up. Let's start up with the eyeball. I see. Okay, no eye jokes. I'm not doing that. So a basic looking anime, whatever you want to call it. It's like a sphere, so it'll show a little shade. Let's wrap the lids around it. So the eyelids obviously goes, in the shape of the eye. So take note of the underplane. I'm gonna shade that in. See that? So think of it as two bread, let's say two slices of bread, just going around an egg or something. So you could take note of all the planes and shapes. Just sketch this from a front view, so you can see what I'm talking about. See that angle? Very important. Help you to shape up basically any eye. You can see the eyelids, see how it goes around the eyeball, and to show depth, because obviously you gotta show depth. Let me just quickly sketch the difference of the eyebrows, and that's why ladies always tend to, play around with the makeup and all that. No offense, obviously. See that? Shade that in to show depth, because you gotta remember is a socket, so you gotta show that inner depth. Let me do a couple of quick sketches. The distance between the eyes, I'm gonna go in details into that. What is basically an eye apart. It's basically an eye apart. I know you lot have problems drawing the two eyes. I know that syndrome. It happens to we all. Little shade for the eyeball. I often like to do a little angle to separate the eyeball. Let's have the ball, the pupil rather, facing a particular angle. You're gonna have that curvature on the eyelid, so you need to take note of that. The eyelids play a huge part in the eye movements to help you, exaggerate the look, the curve of the ball itself. On the side view, it's gonna look something like this, like a curved, just like an angle. Well, you get the idea. You get the idea. It's not too difficult. You got anime eyes to help you. Anime eyes, the style of drawing the simple, basic eyes for the anime. See that? It follows the same method, the same shape. So you could do a little, you could play around with it. As long as you keep the basics intact, you're good. So yeah, the eyelids are thinner in terms of where the eyeball is facing, and that's what the little lashes. Just gonna do this real quick, show you what you should be doing and not to separate them too much. A little depth, or show depth. This is a socket. Let's get to the placement where to put the eyes. So you know, from the head construction, we've done it before. If you haven't checked out the video, you know what to do. As basically the eyebrow, I'm gonna use the eyebrow, following up the planes. See that? Using the wings of the nose to mark out the innermost part of the eye where the lids converge. This is how you can easily draw your double eyes without actually stressing too much. I'm gonna show you from a different angle. So you gotta show depth. This is basically what it looks like. Yeah, without the eyelids. Let's get down. Eye boom. You're not expected to get this straight up, you know. Trust me, a lot of people do come up with their own methods for drawing the eyes and that. So practice, fellas, practice. You gotta practice the right way. You can't just draw eyes and expect, yeah, it's gonna be calm. Those are more, let's say the head is kind of facing downwards and you got the character angry. So obviously the brow is gonna drop down. The extra mushy muscle from the eyelid is gonna bend in. It's basically just gonna look like something like this. See that? So you don't get to see too much of the top eyelid because it's bent inwards. On the other hand, here you get to see a lot more of the top, you know, part of the lid. That's where you can use the pupil to illustrate, you know, the curvature and the angle of the camera. So you can obviously tell it's like a, you know, it's basically, the camera is basically from a woman's view, so you can see like, you know, the top sides, the roof, just below the eyebrows. Let's do an expression. See how you can manipulate one eye to, you know, to look much more compressed than the other, to like stretch out. You can see the movement of the eyeball to exaggerate the action, and, you know, adding a little bit of facial muscles and that. I'm gonna do a different video on expression, so make sure you subscribe, keep in touch. I'm gonna be dropping videos weekly, mostly daily, but it's guaranteed at least 2 a week or more. But I think you should go on ahead and practice anime eyes. I think it's a good anchor to help you. It's like as a way, like before. Shout out to the Nigerians, if you know what I put in there. Alright, basically, anime eyes, best way to start off, practice but try not to get into it, or you're not going to be able to come back to the bright side.